All right, good morning. Um, got in a little late last night, so I wanted to make sure I got this out this morning. So if you want to practice this afternoon, you'll have time. I encourage you to be practicing about a half hour a day. Or you can sit down and plunk on it for 10 minutes. If you get frustrated, take a break, plunk on it later on, okay? We want you to be really practicing throughout the week so you're ready on Sunday when we try this out again, okay? So we're going to just kind of start with the basics. I told you either knee, if you can see this, either knee, okay? You can set the guitar on whatever makes you comfortable. If you do set it on your left knee, it will allow your elbow to swing a little bit more freely. We don't want to lock that into our side, okay? We want that to swing kind of freely. And we take that out there, and then that's going to allow us to really access the keyboard with our fingers much easier, okay? If we're tucked in here, we really limit our mobility of our fingers until we get very comfortable playing the guitar, and then, we can be a little lazy and goof off a little bit. But we want to practice good form. So I am sitting on a chair, okay? I'm sitting on the edge of my chair. Okay, so I'm not laying in bed, I'm not laying on the couch, I'm not reclined. I'm practicing good form, okay? And I want you to do that until you get real comfortable playing the guitar. And then if you want to relax and play, that's fine. Pick holding. So we're going to hold our guitar like this, up against our body. If you do need to peek over the edge, that's okay for now, okay? Pick holding. We want to take our pick, and it's just very important that the pick be sticking out of the side of our thumb, okay? So do you see that? That pick is sticking out of the side of my thumb, like it's a needle out of the side of my thumb, okay? So I want that pick out like that. And then the finger on the back end, just get it comfortable, but it will typically look about like that, okay? So that when I come across the strings, I have a nice firm grip on the pick. Do not hold your pick like this, okay? That's a Nancy way to hold the pick. We don't want to hold the pick. We want to be serious when we come across our strings so that we don't have a lot of movement in the pick. It creates pick noise, and it doesn't give us good form, okay? So make sure you're holding that pick. Be conscious about it. Correct yourself as you're playing that this pick is coming out of the side of your thumb, okay? This, as you move it over the guitar, will kind of move. That forefinger will kind of move, but make sure the pick's coming out of the side of the thumb, okay? All right, here we go. So we have strings 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 on the bottom, okay? Those are the 6 strings, and we number them like this. Then we have our frets 1, 2, and 3 that we'll primarily be working with throughout this series of lessons, okay? 1, 2, and 3. For our purposes of fingering the fretboard, other than chords are not the same, but for the purpose of the scale, when we play the scale, the C scale, the C major scale, we're going to use these 3 fingers, and we are going to coordinate them with these 3 frets. So we will play the first finger for the first fret always, and the second finger for the second fret always, and the third finger for the third fret always, okay? Do not allow yourself to play with the most comfortable finger. I just like to do this, this, and this. That is a no, and I will call you down every time for that. Don't do it, okay? So we're going to hold our guitar, we're going to sit on the edge of our seat, and we're going to practice with our pick properly placed, and we're going to have our elbow moving freely so we're able to access the neck as well as we can. Then the last thing I want to talk about is your thumb. Your thumb will kind of hang out wherever it hangs out. Try to be conscious about it though, and remember it's kind of like a vice. So with that guitar neck in between my fingers and my thumb, I'm going to be able to press on the guitar, because when we first start, our fingertips get a little bit tender, and so it hurts, and we don't have as much strength to press down on the keyboard. Imagine if I didn't have my thumb down here and I couldn't do that. So remember, that thumb is the vise that we hold the guitar. If you hold the thumb up here, you're going to have less mobility with your fingers to finger the fretboard. If you hold the thumb down here, your mobility increases greatly, and even for you little guys, and little girls, your finger will be able to get up here to these top strings, and we want to do that as we play. We want to be able to access the very top strings with all 4 of our fingers if we need to, and the very bottom strings and everywhere in between. And then finally, you're going to catch yourself as you play, finding this knuckle right here, giving way and bending like this, okay? This is a no-no because we don't want to play on the pads of our fingers. We finger the guitar on the tips of our fingers. See the tips of my fingers? They're kind of starting to get, they're a little bit rough there, you can tell. I don't know if you can see that well. That one there's, see the little callus on the tips of my fingers? Okay, you'll get calluses too if you play. And if I ask to see your fingertips and you don't have calluses, I know you haven't been playing and these bod. Okay, so we're gonna finger the guitar strings on the tips of our fingers, okay? Just like this. All right, we don't want to catch ourselves, and you will, doing this because your finger gives out. Well, you hit that chord, it does fine, but then you hit other chords and it doesn't work. I mean, you get other strings and it doesn't work. Okay, so that's proper guitar holding technique. The next lesson we're going to go over the scale.